to a 2004 Saturn LS300, which has a most likely blown water pump. It's making a whole hell of a lot of noise over here on this side, and it's also pouring out water like crazy. So I'm going to start it real quick so you can hear it, and then we're going to start tearing it apart by taking off the air box and these top connections and probes, so we can get into the timing belt cover, because nothing's ever easy. And we're going to do the timing belt and the water pump. This is a 3-liter motor, so it's hopefully going to be fairly easy to get to. It looks like it's going to be a little tight on the side down there, getting in between the fender and the inspection cover for the timing belt cover, but we'll see how it goes. So we start by removing the cover to the air filter box. There's one 10mm bolt here and a 10mm bolt right here, easy to get to, and one plug that goes in on the top of the air filter box. Wiggle it and it comes out. It's got the little connection that goes in for fresh air that goes right underneath the headlight there. And we've got good access to pull out the motor mount, which will have to come next. So we'll jack up the engine and pull out the motor mount. So this is the grinding sound that we have, which to me sounds a whole hell of a lot like a water pump. And since there's water pouring out, I'm going to guess it's a water pump. So we're going to continue on here. I think we're going to clean the injection system and get some of the fuels cleaned up while we're in here too. Do the common sense things, but start by pulling out that. So I start by pulling out this motor mount. So we got 1, 2, 3 bolts on the fender, on the deck, and then it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 actually on the block. So it's going to be a little bit to get to the bottom ones there. So we removed the motor mount right here, and not too bad. Had to jack up the motor, jacked it up gently by the oil pan. It's 3 bolts here, 3 bolts here. The 3 shortest ones go right here, mounting down into the frame. The medium ones, like these, go into the bracket from the motor mount. And then there's 2 long ones, the longest ones, right here, and they go right there and right there, right here and right here. But we got one more down here that I'm having trouble getting to. I have to find a 5/8 inch wrench if it's the same size. So 5/8 is what those were. I got a socket on them. And thank you, Saturn engineers, for putting the same bolt size on things for a change. So we got the motor mount out and the bracket, and we have what do we have? We have 3, 6, 7, 10 bolts, 8 bolts. Yeah, no, 10 bolts. 6 and 4 is 10. Math, good. And there's the bracket. So the longer bolts, and the one that was hidden was this one right here, a little bit difficult to get to, and this one right here, and those are all 5/8. We had to jack up the motor a little bit more to get to this one and pull it all the way out, but not too bad actually, it jacked. So we'll keep going. So I haven't looked for much information on this yet online. I probably should have, but I don't even see an idler pulley. So we just grabbed a hold of the serpentine belt and slid it right off of the main pulley here, and it just slipped right off. And this is not looking too bad to get this cover off. We got a few bolts here and a few hoses and things we're gonna have to take off, and a pulley or two. So we're doing that right now. Alright, in here on the inspection cover we have T40s holding the cover on, and there's several of them. There's here, there's one under here, there's one right here, and there's one in that corner as well. So we had to take off this this electronic casing here to get to it, to get to a couple of those, and those were Star T40s. So we have E12s to take out the cover, and then T40 to remove this piece. And good luck getting this pulley off.